Why don't women care about our loneliness? We have a male loneliness epidemic in this country.
That's, debatable.
Because you literally hate us.
That's a lie.
You don't like our opinions or choices or the way we have fun or the way we dress or the music we like.
That's, pretty much accurate.
Bruh.
I would even take it a step further. Male loneliness is a self-inflicted problem that men are not willing to actually try and address. If you make yourself a horrible, unpleasant person to be around, people will not want to be around you. If your pastimes are making fun of women and everything they like and everything they do, there seems to be a pretty big correlation with women not wanting to spend time with you.
And yet, women are still in my DMs wanting to spend time with me. Guess they didn't get the memo that I am a horrible, unpleasant person.
For the Emperor! Bruh.
And instead of actually looking
Oh, shut up.
Look, sweetie, us men are busy being epidemically lonely, meaning we're not taking you out on dates, we're not marrying you, and we're definitely not paying you alimony and child support.
how dare
So please, go to a Taylor Swift concert or something and stop talking to us.
Dismissed.
internally and
Dismissed!
What's so funny is it's universally accepted for people to complain about the rising cost of living, right? To say that housing is too expensive or that groceries are too expensive. People all agree that this is a problem and we need a solution. But when families talk about the rising cost of childcare, people say, well, this one's on you. This is a personal problem. This has nothing to do with anybody else. You need to figure it out on your own because childcare is expensive and you should have known better. But no matter how much research you did, right? When you had a child 2-3 years ago, you could have never predicted how fast the cost was going to rise because that is the thing. Childcare is the fastest rising cost in our country. It is rising faster than housing prices.
Okay, and how much do you pay for childcare?
My husband and I spend $70,000 a year on childcare. What? My husband and I spend $70,000 a year on childcare.
That is crazy.
And people want to know, how do we afford it? Specifically, what do we do for work? My husband is a blue collar worker. He is a lineman, which means he fixes electricity on utility poles. It is a very dangerous job. He gets paid like a base salary and then everything is hourly overtime after that. Like most of his pay comes from overtime. So he's trading his time for money. And that is how we budget for childcare. We'll say, how much overtime do you have to work to be able to pay for this amount of the childcare budget? And on average, he's working like between 400 and 600 hours of overtime a year, I think. The numbers change every single year based on the weather and the storms, etc. But he works a ton of overtime. I work from home in a remote position for a startup in e-commerce. I am in operations management. I am lucky because I've worked for the same team for about 10 years. And so I make a little over $100,000 a year.
So, let me get this straight. You earn over $100K a year working from home, but you make your husband risk death more than he has to by working overtime in a very dangerous job so he can pay $70,000 a year on daycare. Because why? Raising your own children yourself gives you the ick?
Man, that's messed up.
And so saying this is so incredibly frustrating because we know this issue of the childcare crisis and the lack of affordable childcare is systemic. It's a systemic issue that we could solve, but our government's not solving it.
That's not my problem. It's yours.
Sweetie, let me mansplain it to you. As a strong, independent woman who makes $100K a year by working from home, I'm sure you think your job is very important, and I'm equally sure that your boss would rather the government would pay your $100K a year salary instead of him. But you see, the daycare workers who raise your children also think their job is very important, and considering that they deal with dozens of screaming kids every day instead of 1, 2, or 3 like a parent would, I would argue that the money you pay them is well deserved. So, if you don't want to pay $70K a year for daycare, learn to parent and raise your kids yourself. But on the other hand, if you want the luxury of being a parent without actually having to parent,
Pay your fair share. Pay your fair share. Pay your fair share.
Women need to take their rightful place as the ones running. women are as close as you're going to get to God.
Pretty sure every religion in the world would dispute that claim. But hey, by all means, continue the cringe.
Men can build buildings, write songs, I don't know, do expeditions to Antarctica or whatever. It's all cool. I'm not bashing on men. Try creating life in your womb. Try creating life. My mother was the closest thing I ever got to experience to God. Whether she was a good mother or not is irrelevant. My mother created me.
You know, comrade, if you ask any reproductive age woman to create life in her womb, not a single one of them will be able to produce a baby, because they can't. Not without a man giving her the necessary DNA. So if we're gonna be accurate, men are the ones who create life. Women carry that life in their wombs.
Women need to be president. Women need to run the world.
You're weird.
Now guys, be advised. The next clip will contain childish tantrums and a lot of high-pitched screaming.
Stop her. Shut the car off, man. Shut the car off.
Freaking Thanksgiving. I just got a divorce. My daughter's not with me.
Can you step out the car, please?
What in the is this? I'm trying to get home.
Step out the car, please, man.
Yes, sir. What? No. No. What are you doing? Are you kidding me?
Somebody come get your car, please.
No, I don't have anybody. You guys, please don't. I just got a divorce.
Nobody cares! So in case you're wondering, the reason why they're arresting her is because she fled the scene at an earlier traffic stop, where cops attempted to stop her because she almost drove into some marathon runners.
She's allowed out. Ah! Like, why are you letting her through and I can't get through?
You realize what you did, though?
I'm trying to get to my neighborhood. Seriously, guys. I just got a divorce from the most evil man ever.
Right.
Please. I'm sorry. I just
killed one of these people running, you know that?
No, I did not.
Could have killed
Wasn't anywhere near them. They told me to beat the people over here.
If you do that, I'm going to pepper spray you. You got me? I'm going to pepper spray you.
Dude, I live in a $3 million house down the street.
No, sweetie. You used to live in a $3 million house down the street. Today, you're gonna live at the local jail.
Are you taking me all the way to jail?
Right to jail, right away.
Can we just get this over with because I'm gonna lose my daughter today? I haven't seen her in 3 weeks and I'm supposed to see her this morning.
Stop. Hey, man, are you the register of the vehicle?
I think so.
What's your first name?
Ashley in auto groups who I just divorced. Ashley! With 2 E's! Can I get out of here?
Stop screaming.
Can I stand up? I'm having an anxiety attack.
Making a scene.
I am making a scene. This is my neighborhood. And what am I, some black like kid on a bike who's in the wrong neighborhood? And you guys beat me down with all this pepper spray? Because that's what you guys do.
Oh,
You guys are, yeah. You're treating me like one of those kids on a bike that drove up from like the yeah.
Well, now you're being ignorant.
No, I'm really not.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
No, you're definitely treating me like
No, you're being
a colored person.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's weighing down heavy on me, and it's not okay.
Hey, comrade, this lovely lady over here created life in her womb. By your logic, she's fit to be president, right?
I used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a comedy.
Actually, it's a symphony. And guess what, kids? Simping is still heresy.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.